Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of BrushPile Fishing. We're on the good old Tennessee River system today, and I'm going to be fishing with my good friend Matt Morgan of the American Crappie Trail. Matt says we're going to catch some bluegill and maybe even sneak out for a few crappies. So you stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. I'm here with Matt Morgan. Matt, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Russ.
Tell you what, we're on the Tennessee River system, and you say we're going to get some nice gills today, but maybe even a few crappie.
We'll give it a shot. You know, the gills are just absolutely getting onto the bed.
Okay.
The beds in the last couple weeks have really started to develop, and we're going to show you how to look for them via side imaging.
Awesome.
I mean, today it's not going to be fishing, it's going to be catching.
Okay.
It's just a matter of how many we want to catch. It's going to be really informative, I think, for the folks at home to actually learn how to use side imaging to find bluegill beds. That's going to be the first key point. Once we find them, we GPS point them, we go back to them, cast a little jig into them. It's cast and
Awesome.
Bring them to the boat.
Dude, I'm ready to get started. You?
It's going to be fun. Let's go.
Here we go, folks. Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. If you just joined us, we're doing a little Tennessee River bluegill fishing today. I'm with Matt Morgan of the American Crappie Trail. What you got there, bud?
Jerks are free.
Tell you what, Matt, I got to see one of your weigh-ins yesterday up there on Kentucky Lake. Pretty impressive, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. You know, I've been tournament fishing for a long time myself, and take a lot of pride in the fact that we're putting an organization together that's giving all the money back.
Yep.
Giving all the money back to the anglers, plus we're giving a Ranger boat away at each event.
Every tournament, not
Every
too
event.
shabby.
Yesterday we gave over $60,000 away in over $60,000 away.
No kidding.
So, and Caps and Coleman, icons to the sport, took it home.
Yep, I seen that.
Small
Pretty
little
bluegill.
We can do a lot better than that, Russ. You know, this is how I grew up fishing. I grew up fishing on the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
My grandpa was the one that introduced me to fishing, which was fantastic. You know, Mom and Dad had to work all the time, and I grew up fishing on the Tennessee River down in Alabama. And it always goes, this is one part of the year that I really enjoy, is the month of May, when these bluegill get on the beds.
Oh, yes.
When they get on the beds and they congregate up here, buddy, I'm telling you, it's as much fun as you can have. It kind of just, you know, takes you back to your roots.
Yeah, and, you know, we've said this before, almost anyone that fishes as an adult, this is where they started, you know?
It is, but you know, I mean, at the end of the day, they're awesome table fare.
Oh, excellent to eat.
They're awesome.
Look at there, folks. Like Matt said, we're getting down to the basics, just throwing these jigs in there and raising it up just a little and then letting it fall. Watching that line jump, awesome. Hey folks, it's time for the BrushPile gear check. Really simple rig we were using today. We'll start out with the pole. It's a Sharpshooter 6 by B&M. This is actually designed for dock shooting, but was great for casting these small jigs today. We went with a 4-pound test line, clear line, and these little jigs that Matt had are actually a homemade jig his buddy makes. Super, super tiny, but that's the rig we were using, and it tore up these gills. And that's today's gear check. Well, you know, and we're using this light tackle. You use light tackle. Pound for pound, bluegill is one fighting fish.
Oh, it is. You know, you look at, you know, people call them bluegill. I call them brim because there's a lot of different, you know, kind of a hybrid species down here. Then you've got the red ear or the shell cracker, and we catch a lot of good shell cracker here in the Tennessee River. Some of the red ear or the shell cracker get 1.5 pounds here on the Tennessee River.
Oh yeah.
And you talk pound for pound,
yeah.
pound for pound. There's nothing in this body of water that fights like that. Even a smallmouth. A smallmouth doesn't have anything for a shell cracker. Fun stuff. There's not a lot of people, Russ, though, to either just cast for them. You see most people fishing under a cork.
Right.
You know, and this is something that, you know, I look forward to every year. These little custom bugs that, you know, look as a natural presentation, something a natural forage for them. We're just tipping them with a wax worm, just threading it on the hook, and just casting for them, and it's just, you feel that thump. You know, when you're crappie fishing, you love to feel the thump. It's kind of the same. Same little feeling right here when you're out here fishing for these brim.
You know, yesterday we were in, of course, Humphrey County and at the Johnsonville Civil War Park, and I'll tell you what, you talk about some history in this area. That was pretty awesome, because I'm a history nut anyways. Yeah,
really all up and down the Tennessee River here in Tennessee, there's all kinds of history. I'll have to check that out sometime.
It's definitely worth the trip down there, that's for sure.
Welcome to Humphreys County, Tennessee, a county rich in history, natural resources, industry, and family entertainment. The land of 3 rivers offers the natural beauty of the Tennessee River, the Duck River, and the Buffalo River. Taking advantage of the friendly hometown atmosphere, visitors travel from all over the country to enjoy boating, fishing, camping, and a variety of other recreational activities. The peaceful blue waters and many marinas make this a popular getaway for the entire family. Avid fishermen and hunters find a paradise along these waters, which include the Tennessee Wildlife Refuge at Duck River Bottoms. In Humphreys County, visit Loretta Lynn's Ranch, Johnsonville State Historic Park, Music City Skydiving, 3 Rivers Quilt Trail, shopping, and more. Humphreys County. You bring the toys, we'll supply the playground. Check out all the annual events and get more information at www.visithumphreys.com.
Step up your game and step into a War Eagle Blackhawk 2170. The Blackhawk 2170 gives anglers a tough aluminum hull with over 21 feet of stable, well-balanced fishing real estate. War Eagle. We build them tough for hunters who like to fish.
Welcome to the world of Mustad. Legendary craftsmanship with over 180 years of experience with advanced designs and technology. Mustad is a name you can trust for whatever you fish for. The long, trusted classic and big game hooks, the innovative ultra-point designs, assortment of tools and jigs, or pre-tied rigs and accessories. Quality and durability are built into every Mustad product. Saltwater giants or freshwater trophies. Make your next trip more memorable with Mustad.
For great fishing, check out Grand Lake St. Mary's, located in west central Ohio. If you're looking to land bass, catfish, crappie, perch, or bluegill, Grand Lake is the place for you. Check out greatergrandlakeregion.com.
There we go. You gotta get one of them bigger ones now, Matt.
Well, I love how they bow ride up. It's not a big one, but
He'll taste good though, won't he?
it'll make a nice potato chip. Okay, I'm gonna just come across that bed right there.
Folks, you just heard Matt say he's coming across that bed. You can actually feel that bed with that jig. You'll know when you're in them.
It's kind of like, you know, just a hole. You feel it go down in, come back out, go down in, come back out. A lot of times, just as soon as you pull it right through one of those beds and you feel that little rise, you'll make one of them males mad in there, and he will grab that jig and smoke it.
Matt, going back to your tournament trail, now you have 6 regular tournaments?
We've actually got 5 qualifiers, 5 national qualifiers this year, all on fantastic lakes, giving a boat away at each one of them, 100% payback plus contingencies. And then we've got a national championship in the state of Missouri at Lake of the Ozarks. You know, I put the format together. There's a lot of folks that crappie fish that don't have the ability to fish 12, 14, 15, 16 tournaments.
Right.
So, you know, everybody's just got a certain amount of vacation time. Pull him on in here, Russ.
He's a small one, I do believe.
Small one. So what I tried to do was stagger those events out over a month apart from each other, you know, month to 6 weeks apart from each other. That way everybody had an opportunity, you know, to try to schedule vacation time.
Right.
To try to make, you know, the best of their off time, to be able to attend each of those events.
Sure.
So.
He wasn't as bad as I thought. There you go.
You know, and then I put a format together as well where Angler of the Year, we know that, you know, out of 5 national qualifiers, not everyone is going to be able to make all 5 events.
Right.
So you're going to have 1 throwaway, and then the points are going to count on your best 4 out of 5.
So you can miss one and not get penalized. That's nice. That's nice.
But here's the deal. The national championship does count toward Angler of the Year. So Angler of the Year also consists of another Ranger boat. Somebody may be 25 or 30 points down at Lake of the Ozarks and come back and have
still make that up.
Still make it up and have a chance to win a boat. We've got an off-limits period, which consists of 10 days.
And that's on every tournament?
Every tournament. And it's about making the playing field level. You know, I wanted to make this as fair for the local angler as I could, and I wanted to make it as fair for the traveling angler.
Sure.
You know, the guy who's going to come from Ohio to fish Mississippi. It's not fair when you're given a $25,000 boat away at each event for someone to set on that body of water and fish it for 3-4 weeks straight.
Where the other guy just can't do it.
He can't. He's a working man. And when you've got 4 days of official practice, you've got a 10-day off-limit period, a no information sharing rule, which has never been in play. Live well checks. It's a transparent, above board, the most fair level crappie tournament trail in the country, in my opinion.
We'll tell you what, Matt, we did pretty good on this first one. No big hogs yet.
Nope.
You want to try another bed?
I've got one just right around this point. Let's go over here, let's mark it, and let's get it back out, and let's see what we can do.
All right, folks, this is a good time to hear from our sponsors. You stay tuned. We'll be right back with BrushPile Fishing.
Get ready, get registered, get qualified for the 2018 Cabela's Crappie USA Classic, hosted this year on Lake Cumberland in Somerset, Kentucky. Crappie USA, the largest crappie tournament organization in the world, is giving you the chance to compete for over $100,000 in cash and prizes, including 2 Ranger boat packages powered by Mercury and Minn Kota in our amateur and professional divisions. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner, take your fishing to the next level with Crappie USA and the Cabela's Crappie USA Classic. The new home for your fishing needs is BoneheadTackle.com. Get all the latest product information. Shop our new and improved tackle shop. We have baits for crappie, bass, striper, sand bass, saltwater and terminal tackle, bait styles in slim stick, stump bugs, brush gliders, and bulk jig heads available. Check out our superior monoline, crankbaits for bass, and our top-of-the-line carbon fiber fishing rods. Bonehead Tackle, family-owned business with one goal in mind: make fishing more fun and help all anglers catch more fish. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you are jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. 3rd-generation family company with over 7 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Pole, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. Visit bnmpoles.com for yours today.
This episode of BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Bonehead Tackle, Catch More Fish, Gamma Line, Driftmaster, Crappie USA, Buckeye Ford, Southern Pro, War Eagle Boats.
You know, and you were talking about just kind of raising it off the bottom. This is the way I dock shoot too, because I'll have a little arc in that line, and you'll see that line jump a lot of times before you feel it.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yep. And look, that's no good either. When you put it out there and you come back with a polished hook, you need to hone your technique. But you know, one thing that I've always liked, I've always been loyal to B&M, Russ. And I tell you what, Jack has made an ultralight for every single technique.
You bet.
You know, you're using a sharpshooter there, a Tennessee handle sharpshooter, which you shoot docks with.
Yep.
But look, there's so many poles that you can choose from, and B&M's got such a wide variety that you can bring right out here and catch these brim with, you know?
Awesome. You know, when you said we got about 75-degree water temperature, and folks, if you did just join us, one of the things that we did before we even threw a line in the water, we went over with the depth finder, found the beds, GPS'd them, then went back, threw a buoy, and they're easy to find on the depth finder, that's for sure.
The main key to bluegill fishing for me is using side imaging technology. And I'm side scanning here, water temperature 75 degrees. I'm side scanning, looking 50 feet on each side of the boat. What I'm actually looking for is these bluegill beds, and they're very, very easy to find. My boat, in relation to where I'm at, I'm right in the middle of this screen. I'm in about 3.5, 4 foot of water here, and I'm starting to scan right here, looking for these beds. And I'm gonna show you one here in a second. It's gonna pop up. This area right here looks like a bunch of little dimples. This is actually a big bluegill bed that is running long ways out the left side of my boat. So I've marked this point right here, and I know by looking at these little dimples, I can actually zoom in on them, and you can see each and every single one of these beds. They're little pie plates. They're about the size of the steering wheel. There's well over 100, 150 of them right here in this one little area. Here in Tennessee, you think, you know, can you catch them just in May? Answer's no. You can catch these jokers in April, in May, and then you get on some of these gravel bars in June, you can catch them the whole month of June.
Oh, there we go.
Right under the boat?
Yes, he will. Oh, look at there. There we go. Shell cracker.
Right here.
Look at there. He's at least a pound. Gosh, dog. Look at this. When we want to talk about hand size, and again, folks, that's a shell cracker. Look at that. Doggone. And he is chunky. Folks, we are in super shallow water, using these little jigs tipped with wax worms, catching some decent gill. Got our first shell cracker of the morning.
Russ, usually when you find those, you're gonna find more than one. Those shell crackers, funny as it sounds, very few times will you ever find those where they'll just absolutely rip the rod out of your hand. A lot of times that jig's got to sit on the bottom, and a lot of times you'll just see a line just move sideways or just a little bit of a...
And that's what that last one did.
Yep.
It just...
There's a female. A male will have a bigger, large red piece,
okay,
red ear. On a female, it's going to be real small. And the females are typically smaller anyway. In bluegill and shellcracker, you're usually looking for the male.
Male
the
or the bigger fish.
The big bulls. So it's a pretty fish, but anytime I ever catch a female doing this, I always let those females go back.
Especially on them shell crackers,
Yeah.
man.
Now, in throwing these super, super tiny jigs, the one thing that will help you detect a strike, remember we were using clear line, so you want to be able to see that before you feel it. So what you want to do is have a loop in your line. When that's laying on the water, don't have that tight. Just have a little lay in it, and that way you'll see that line jump, set the hook, and here comes the bluegill.
Well, hey folks, we're going to make a move to bed number 3. This is another good time to hear from our sponsors, so you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Want more trucks for less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
Driftmaster rod holders. Whether you are pushing, pulling, or organizing, Driftmaster has you covered with products that are made in America. We can rig any boat for any technique from front to back. Driftmaster, for the way you fish. Jenko Fishing, a bass and crappie lure manufacturer specializing in custom hard and soft baits. Jenko takes crappie fishing to another level with its unique championship-proven products from its Big T lineup. 6 different rod platforms, lightest net in the industry, 4 soft baits with 16 colors, cranks, terminal tackle, and much more. Visit JenkoFishing.com to get what you need to succeed in this crappie fishing world. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed BrushPile Fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
This episode of BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Mustad, best-selling hook on the planet. B&M Poles, official pole of BrushPile Fishing. Jenko Fishing, Greater Grand Lake Region. NKT.TV, BrushPile Fish Attractant.
Got him?
Little one, I think. Pretty colored one though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
We're just using a custom-made jig with a Mustad hook. I've been using these for years. There's a guy in South Tennessee that makes this bug for me. And just realistic, it's got about 8 legs on the back of it, and just tip it with a wax worm. That actually looks like a natural presentation going through the water. Those legs just sit there and they move as you're bringing it up and down and shaking it. And you know, color makes a big difference when you're bluegill fishing, but that meat, that wax worm, is the entire ticket. If you don't have the meat on the hook, chances are you're not catching the bluegill.
What you got there?
This is, I think, another red ear.
Oh, there we go. Look at that, folks. Oh my gosh.
That's what you come here to catch.
Look at the belly. Look at that.
That's what you come to catch, Tennessee River right here.
Puh. Look at there.
There's more than just that one in here, Russ.
You would think, man.
Sometimes you gotta weed through. You'll have the bluegills and the red ear in the same hole right here. You gotta weed through some of them. Part of the key on this one, look at the fight on that pole. That joker just run round and around. It's not that big, but I mean, good belly.
Oh, that's not a bad one.
Good belly on them, but part of the key of this spot right here is we're about 6-7 foot right underneath us, and it just goes right up into a little shelf right here.
Okay.
And it's that hard bottom, and that's exactly where they want
What
to
I want to spawn on.
We came in this little bay, and I fished it in the past, but we come in here, what did it take us? 60 seconds to mark 2 beds? Come in here, you mark those beds. That's just that next key point. I tell you, you're saving so much time versus going down a bank trying to cast.
Well, and you said it. I mean, you're going to have to sort through some.
There's a line pop.
Get him?
The B&M rod does the job, doesn't it?
It's not a bad, oh yeah, that's not a bad one there. Definitely some fillets on them.
Oh yeah.
When it takes your whole hand, you can barely get it wrapped around, folks.
Tennessee
Those
River.
are nice gills, doggone. Look at that one. Look at them tug. Oh yeah. Shoot, yeah. Matt, we may have a pretty good little fish fry tonight. That's what I'm thinking. What you got there?
Another good bluegill.
Got a little hole over there, don't you? Not bad at all. And there was another small one. Come here. Oh yeah. Tell you what, another nice bluegill there, folks. Again, look at there, folks. Been a great day here.
Hang on a minute,
What
Russ.
you got?
Hold on a minute, Russ. I'm not gonna let you have the
If
last
he's
one.
bigger than mine, he's gonna get knocked off that line.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
let you
that.
have the last one.
Good fish. Tell you what, with a storm coming in, we better get off here. Folks, we talked about in the opening, we were going to do a combo trip. We were going to get some of these gills, and we were going to go crappie fishing a little bit, but we got into these things and some shell crackers to boot. You start catching those shell crackers, it's hard to quit. So this has turned into a good bluegill shell cracker show. I hope you enjoyed it. Matt?
Russ,
Dude, it's been awesome fishing with you.
It's been fun, man. I appreciate you coming down. The Tennessee River has it all. Somebody looking to come down, this is the place to go to bluegill fish.
Absolutely, and I want to wish you good luck on your American Crappie Trail. Not just this year, but in the future, bud.
We do appreciate it, Russ. It's a big thing. It's looking to the future. I think it's going to be the best thing out there.
All right, well, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, because we'll be back next week with BrushPile Fishing.
A special thank you to Humphreys County.